What is going on, my lovely and beautiful people in the game dev space on the internet, in the browser here? How you doing today? I hope you're doing good, and I hope you're excited to watch a video about how to get free money for your game. And I say free money because it's a little bit different than getting funding. I have a video about funding and about how to actually, get your game funded. It talks about investors. It talks about different things that you can do, get investments and all different funds that are available. But this time we're going to talk about actual grants, about grants from places and governments and people all over the world that will give you money because they like what you're producing, because they want to see more of what you have in the world. The bar here is for quality is probably going to be somewhat high, so I don't want to be misleading in the fact that, hey, anybody that applies for these things is going to get thousands of dollars. But I don't want you to get discouraged, and I want you to look at all these different programs that I'm about to show you. I have 4 of them that we're going to go over, and I want you to maybe assess if some of them work for you. This is just some quick research on my part, so I'm sure there are more, but these are the ones that I found from some basic resources. So let's get into it. So first up, I believe I shared this in the actual video where we went over funding, but this is the Unreal Dev Grant. So if you don't know about the Unreal Dev Grant, basically there is a fund, a $5 million fund, where they give you up between $5,000 and $50,000 with no strings attached. You continue to own your IP. You're free to publish however you want with the games. The only string attached, I believe here, they say no strings attached, but there is a string attached. That's your projects have to be built in Unreal 4. That's the string right there. That's the thing that you need to know. And there's been a couple really good looking games. I showed this, like I said, in the video before, but this is an actual grant. This is not an investment. You don't have to pay investors back. You don't have to give them equity in your game. This is a grant. They give you the money. Here's money to make a game. And obviously for them, they want to show off their engine, right? They want cool games to be made with their engine so more people use their engine, and ultimately they make more money. So it makes total sense for them. That's number 1. Number 2 is what is called the Artworks Media Arts Grant. And this is from the National Endowment for the Arts. I believe this is a United States-based grant. I didn't have a whole lot of time to look into this, but this page, this link, which I will share in the description, actually has step-by-step instructions on how to join it. You can receive grant money from the government to make your game. And there's been a series of people that I know that have done, I don't know if it was this specific grant, but I know that they've actually gotten money from the government, Canadian government for sure, to finish games. And as you see, it says film, video, audio, and new media. Game development counts as new media. So anything at all that you want to create, as long as it's art, which I think most game development games are art, there is an eligibility here that you're gonna have to click and go over, make sure you meet all the requirements. But the deadline here, the announcement of it is November 2018. So it looks like maybe the submission deadline is already passed for this year. Maybe not, don't quote me on that, but it's maybe something to look at, right? Like you might as well get in early for next year or work on the second artwork, the second one right here, which actually has different requirements and stuff. I just want to bring these to your attention. Like I said, I'm not an expert on these. I just want to let you guys know about them because these are the ones that I found through a quick search. Second was a small business innovation research from the Institute of Educational Sciences. And this is for education games. But I want to point out that the definition of education games is really starting to evolve. It's really starting to change. Before it was totally like 100% math type of games and those kind of games. But we're starting to see more innovative games that kind of take a different approach on how to actually get education across. And these games specifically, they're looking for games, where did I read it? This one's for special education. So instruction personnel, related service providers, or family members, for products for use by infants, toddlers, or students with or at risk for disabilities, and so on and so forth. And then there's one for authentic education, schools with after school programs, and this improve student learning directly or indirectly. So these are really broad subjects, and I wouldn't throw education into like a big thing that says, you know, the games have to be boring and they have to teach math or something like that. Education games really go far. And I'll put this link in the description below, and you can apply at these different links and you can go from there. The fourth one was one that was just announced yesterday by the creators of The Witness, Jonathan Blow and all that. They are looking for puzzle game creators. So if you're making a puzzle game, there is a grant you can receive $3,000 to $20,000 to complete your game if you are working on a grid-based puzzle game. And it gives some examples of the puzzle games that they're looking for. This is actually a lot clearer than some of the other ones we looked at. It's very clear on what it wants if you're making a grid-based puzzle game. And it's very clear on who is eligible. So this is for underrepresented groups in game development. So women, trans or gender, non-binary, people of color, LGBTQIA, not from North America, Europe, other Western nation. So as a straight white male, I'm probably not eligible for that. Well, I have some mental issues, so maybe I am. But there's a lot of people that watch the channel, and they probably fit in one of the underrepresented groups in the game industry, and maybe they can find this useful. So if that's you, definitely give this a shot. If you're working on a puzzle game and you're in one of these groups, definitely look at this. There's a Google form right here that you could fill right out and totally, possibly get some money to finish your game. How cool is that? So that's all I got for you today. I hope you found it useful. Grants are interesting, man, because grants, they don't really necessarily want any investment back. They have agendas for sure. Like they either want to showcase something or they want to promote an idea. But I think grants they may be harder to get than investments or crowdfunding or anything like that. But there's no strings attached. There's no, you don't owe anybody anything. You can just use the money to finish your game. So I think it'll be useful. I hope it'll help out some people here. And if you found this helpful, let me know. Vote with your likes and dislikes. If you don't want to see any more videos like this, hit the thumbs down. But if you got any questions on this, or you have any grants that you know about that you would like to share with other developers, post those in the comments below, because I'm sure plenty of developers can find them useful. But once again, my name is Tim Roswick, and I will see you again tomorrow.